Hey everybody, welcome back to another Blind Tuesday. So hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. And we're just gonna dive right into this because I have some thoughts on this. The criteria for this week was 70s, and obviously many choices that I could have gone with. Initially, I was gonna go with The French Connection because I actually was curious to revisit that film. But seeing as though the Planet of the Apes is this week, I figured to give some commentary on the original series, and just to give you guys my perspective of the original series. And what better way to discuss the series than talking about the absolute bonkers entry in this in the original series. This being the 70s, obviously, I cannot do the original Planet of the Apes film because that came out in 1968. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the sequel to Planet of the Apes, that being Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which was directed by Ted Post, screenplay by Paul Day, who, if I check real quick, best known for the Goldfinger, the James Bond film. Yes, James Bond film. The only James Bond film that I've seen, actually. Um, Murder on the Orient Express, the 70s, yeah, 70s version. Um, and we'll go on to write the Planet of the Apes sequels. Most notably, yeah, so basically all of them, essentially, after Beneath the Planet of the Apes. So. Um, But this is following up from the original Planet of the Apes, which I'm not the biggest fan of. There are aspects to it that I appreciate. I think the prosthetics are very interesting. I like the design of the film. I like the commentary being made within the original film about this, the political intrigue, these uh, religion versus science. That sort of spirit is the overall essence of Planet of the Apes. It's less to do with science fiction and more to do with political and social commentary, which I found interesting, but not completely won over, mainly from technical issues that I took from the film, mainly to do with like pacing not being as cohesive or as generally as engaging. But in comparison, with the original film to this, um, so I must say that I struggled to even revisit the film because I do remember this being the odd one. Because um, if you were to ignore this film and to go into the next film of the series, that film being Escape from the Planet of the Apes, um, Escape from the Planet of the Apes would feel a little bit more in tone and more so with the other film that would come after that. I believe it was not Battle. What was it called? Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. I think that's what it was called. Um, that one feels a lot more in the spirit of the original film, embedding itself with political commentary, specifically that of racism, police brutality. Those sort of issues are illustrated in films after this and in the original film of Planet of the Apes, um, which is why the series is rather unique in the overall commentary that it wishes to make. And unique, I guess you could use for the word. It would be a word, I guess, to describe Beneath the Planet of the Apes, but the word I would also use for it is just ridiculous. So the plot, if you call it, um, involves a different astronaut this time, not Charles Heston. Um, his character Taylor, with Nova after the events of the original film, they're still embarking on a quest to find something, who knows. And they discover odd stuff. That's the best way I'll put it. It's just odd stuff. Um, and Taylor somehow makes contact with the oddness and becomes lost. And Nova now has to uh, just decides to wander about. I'm not kidding. This is the plot. And she stumbles upon another astronaut. I forget the actor's name, um, who also lands on the future Earth, and They both meet up, and eventually he puts it together that Nova has relations to Taylor, and they embark on a journey to find out what happened to Taylor. And along the way, they encounter apes and all the other stuff. And um, like I think the best way I'll put it is simply this: it's like someone said, "Let's do the original setup again." Except with all the knowledge of what comes next. I mean, practically, like basically just beat for beat the same. Like, oh, wandering the desert. Oh, we just stumble upon a village. Oh no, we got captured. Oh no, blah blah blah. Minus the point of which you don't. Minus the point of which you you don't know what's happening. And at that point, it is also illustrated that the filmmaker also has no idea what is going on either, because um, it is incredibly, incredibly aimless. I mean, the story is just literally all over the place. There is no rhyme or reason whatsoever as to what is happening and why events are unfolding the way they are. Um, there is a suggestion of the political commentary the original had. Nothing more than that, though. Just a suggestion, just a little nugget there. But like, there's comments on nuclear warfare, and that gets into a whole different subject with the film that I feel is just completely bonkers. This religious cult that worship a nuclear bomb, which I feel is very on the nose as to what the commentary is meant to be, kind of illustrating that of like Chernobyl and just the effects of nuclear destruction. Um, and this cult has like they're like ripping their faces off and they're worshiping this nuclear bomb. They're mutants. They're all these things. Mind you, the characters find this civilization by landing into some random hole, leading them into a subway. Um, After being chased by gorillas twice, the first time being on foot and then being captured, and then being saved and escape, and then chased again by gorillas, this time on horseback, because hey, the story is very, very different and it has very, very unique qualities going for it. It's not like we're just doing the same things over and over again or just doing random things just for the sake of doing random things. Like, the best comparison that I would give to it is Exorcist 2, in that it appears to have initially, maybe, just maybe, a through line. But what is really happening is something that is intensely, intensely careless. Like the filmmaking here is just random, both aesthetically and narratively. There's little to no rhyme or reason as to why things are happening, and it's just like that's kind of the reaction, the reaction, the sort of response you have to the film is just okay. Um, The performances are terrible. I think all of them are not great, especially the main lead. Is Charles Heston or is it Charlie Heston? I think it's Charles Heston. Charles Heston didn't even want to be in it because I believe quote like somewhere around. I think he was quoted saying that the film was terrible, and production wise also it appeared that nobody wanted to really do it, or at least nobody could conceive an idea for the film. Initially, they wanted Charles Heston to be a part of it, um, and then they started adding weird stuff to the film, the stuff about the nuclear warfare, which was like trauma to one of the screenwriters they were like projecting onto the film. And then somebody wanted to do something called Planet of the Men. And all those ideas kind of got, I guess, thrown into a blender. Um, and with the hopes that Charles Heston would be involved, but he just said, no, this sounds ridiculous. So instead, what he actually did is that he took a very, very, very small role in this film and actually ended up taking the money that he made from the film and sending it off to charity. So good on Charles Heston. But um, the only redeeming quality that I can really think of for the film is that aesthetically it's something interesting. When we get to the underground areas, looking at the subways and just the church, like all that stuff, by just a look, by what I'm seeing, it's interesting. But I cannot tell you what it means. I cannot tell you how it plays in the narrative. I can't tell you how it plays with the characters. The prosthetics, the most notable thing about the original film, are insanely cheap. Many mouths on the apes don't move. They just hang like that. Literally at one point, like the general, because there's a new like gorilla ape character, whatever the hell it is. Um, when he moves around like this, I could literally see the human neck. I could see the human feature. Like, I mean, like I'll just put it like this: like, if there's any illustration as to how lazy and how careless the directing is in this film, our main character is literally staring at somebody. Which, mind you, this whole mutant culture that they have over here, um, they have a telekinesis, so they can like communicate telepathically. And our main character is literally staring at a person as they communicate telepathically. And a minute or so into talking to this person, amidst this person talking to him telepathically, our main character goes, "Hey, your lips aren't moving." And I'm like, "I know. Like, we're seeing that. You see that yourself. How are you not like the film runs with the assumption that characters know where they're going, what they're doing, and what's going on. And at every turn, do the characters just present a reason as to why they don't know what the hell is going on. And in turn, for us as the audience watching it, you have absolutely no reason as to, like, no comprehension as to why things are happening the way they are. Why is there a cult? Why is this random hole in one place? Why is it this? Why is it that? And I believe the answer is that nobody cares. I believe that that's just the answer, is that I think nobody really cared. Um, like, I don't believe there's any other real conceivable reason except that nobody really cared. Charles Heston didn't care. The filmmaking clearly doesn't care. The writing clearly doesn't care also. The ending is just probably one of the most laughable endings I probably have seen, because it is the it's like someone said, um can you write uh, a very poor man's way of saying that the Earth just exploded? Because I'm not kidding. They literally say, like, the green planet on the galaxy star or whatever has now died. The end. And that's how the movie ends. It's just incredibly lazy, incredibly aimless, no thought put in. I mean, like, thought in that let's just throw things at the screen and see what sticks. Oh, we'll throw in this cult, we'll throw in these projections, these like freak illusions that the characters like have to encounter, like these firewalls and holograms and stuff like that. Mind you, no explanation whatsoever as to how they're able to do these sort of things. They just say that they're peaceful people. They like to say that all the time. We're very peaceful people. We're very peaceful people. We're very, very peaceful people, as they rip their faces off. We're very peaceful people. Like within a primitive future, like somehow we've made advancements in technology, or somehow we've made leaps into beyond our own humanity. Like, it's just it's just mind-bendingly stupid, and it's just has no sense to what's happening, or no, like, just me talking about it is driving me insane. So um the story should have been called "How Do We Write Out Charles Heston?" Like, that's basically what the movie is ultimately trying to do, is how do we write him out, and how do we make that interesting? And the answer is we don't know. And it's just that's basically what the film is telling you the entire time, is it just doesn't know how to do that sort of thing. It's just pathetic, just absolutely pathetic. And compared to what came after that film, it's embarrassing. It's pathetic, it's ridiculous, and it's oddly the one that I remember the most out of all these original films, out of all the original series. This is the one that I remember the most, strangely enough, because of just how completely bonkers and ridiculous that it is. Just utterly ridiculous. So, so yeah, so those are my thoughts on Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Just complete, just ugh, just terrible. I wouldn't. I'm tempting to say terrible, but all I can say is just pathetic. Like, that's really the best word for it, is pathetic. Nothing else sticks more than that. So, so yeah, so those are my thoughts on Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Now, generally speaking, with the series, outside of this film, I watched this film out of self indulgence personally for tonight. I was just like, well, let's just watch this out of self indulgence. Um, but generally, with the series, it's not bad. Once you get past this film, it gets to a decent spot with Escape, Conquest, Forget About All Battles, also forgettable. Those two little nuggets also are good companion pieces to that original film. So it gets better, and then it drops again. But as a series, it's not bad. I just wouldn't hail the original as a masterpiece as many other people do. It's fine. It has interesting commentary, has interesting discussions. This has the complete opposite to that. Or actually it does have discussions, but in that how do you conceive something that just literally has no rhyme or reason to it? And the film's answer to that is I don't know. I just don't know. So I almost forgot. This is Blind Tuesday, so we're gonna spin the wheel now, and let's see what we got for the next week. And here is the laptop. I'm just pulling it up right now. Sorry if I just seem a little lightheaded or just seem a little like getting rushed to finish the review. Just need to get some water. Just need to drink some water real quick. But let's just spin the wheel here and let's see what we got going for next week's Blind Tuesdays. I'm just pulling it up here real quick. Here we go. And here we go. Let's see what we got. So next week on Blind Tuesdays, it's going to be a all right. All right. Next week is going to be a drama. So it's going to be a drama. So not decade specific, just a drama. So there you guys have that. So there you have that. So I'm just going to put the laptop down here. And yeah, so next week is going to be a drama. So not decade specific, like I said, just the criteria just has to be a drama. So very very just, widespread, so that could be anything. So I love dramas. I mean, I love I love dramas. I love my favorite genres. I would say are my favorite genres. That's a drama. My favorite genres I would say are drama, science fiction, and yeah, those are like my top two. Or my number three would also be like I don't know. I guess noirs. Yeah, probably noirs. So those would be my top three. But that's gonna be it for this Blind Tuesdays. You guys, let me know your picks for next week for the criteria drama. Your thoughts on Beneath the Planet of the Apes and that original series. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm gonna go have some dinner now and just forget just this just mind-numbingly stupid film. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.